Hi guys. So I decided to make you guys basically what I do in my hair. 'Cause as you can see, my hair is naturally curly, actually very curly to be more precise. And I might want to, if you have gauges, spirals to be more precise, you might want to take them out because the way I do my hair, the comb gets hit on the spiral and it kind of hurts sometimes, especially if you just freshly gauged it. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So my hair is dry. It's freshly dry, no water. So what I do when I get out, well when it's dry at least, I put in my leave-in conditioner spray. So Tresemme Split Remedy, I put that in all throughout my hair. My sister actually said that's a lot better to put that through your hair right after it's dried, so it can absorb it and your hair won't get as damaged. And then I just sprayed Aussie's Heat Protectant Shine Spray in my hair, and I'm pretty sure mm, it helps really well with styling and stuff like that. But then again, I think every one of heat protectants does. But this is what it looks like. This is what I use. I actually, before I went to California, I actually lost a bottle. I had an Avon bottle that was about this big, and it was their heat protectant spray, and I was running out of it, so I mixed this and Bedhead's heat protectant in, and it actually worked really well with my hair. But anyways, back to this. The straightener I'm using is actually not mine. This is actually my friend's. It's this one, Sylvia, and it's at Max. Max is like higher than 400. But what I do is I take my fingers right above my ears and I separate it. I think I have a hair tie. Yep, I got a hair tie. And I just tie it up, make it to where this part, the end of your thing, is up here. Because the way I do it, it's kind of hard to do it with it down here because you're going to be separating it and you don't want any of the hairs right here to get stuck in here. So I take this part and I comb through it just to make sure there are no knots at all in it. And then since I see right here that there is hair above my ear that needs to be straightened, separate that and put that back there. And you might hear some sizzling. If you're doing this wet to dry, you're going to hear a lot of sizzling more than likely. But if you just put all the products that I put in my hair in your hair, then you're definitely going to hear sizzling. My sister actually said that most of the time when you hear sizzling, that means that it is working. But I'm not familiar. So I'm going to take this section right here. I'm going to part it down the middle. If you guys like using a comb better to part it, you're free to. But I don't. I like using my fingers because it seems more simple and it's basically less stuff I have to carry around. And then take the top layer and kind of flat iron it. If you have really curly hair like me, sometimes if it's at 300 degrees, I think it tends to what's it called, curl or wave a bit. What I do when that happens is I basically straighten all my hair and whatever parts that are like that, I leave it alone till the next day because normally I straighten my hair at night like I am now. But sorry, I had to fix the camera. But I do that, and then the next morning I go in and I go over it again, and more than likely I end up with hair that is pin straight. And depending on how your hair is cut, a pin straight look will look better than a kind of wavy or medium straight look, if that's even a word. So I basically just do this all throughout my hair. And if you end up taking parts you just straightened into the part you are straightening, it doesn't really matter because it's all going to end up being straightened. See how quick that is? And my hair is kind of long. Not that long, but it's still long, in my opinion. If you're new to straightening, you might want to have a friend help you with the back. When I first started straightening my hair, I had my best friend or my mom help me straighten the back of my head because I could never get it. And if there's little pieces you miss, just go over it. As you can see right here, I don't know if you can see that, but that right there is a part of my bangs. Most of the time I straighten right here. As you can tell, it just kind of fell out. I mean, gently pulling on it. So I'm going to straighten that part. And take right here, whatever part that didn't get straight, which most of the time is right by my ear, and straighten it again. And I just burnt my hand really bad, and that kind of hurt. I tend to comb it out because to me sometimes it looks better when you're straightening it to comb it out, and you can actually see where it is sometimes. Right here. Sorry, my friend is messaging me while I'm doing this video. Actually, the friend that's messaging me, this is her straightener. Watch out with your ears. When I first started straightening, I made the mistake of burning my ear several times, but I'm pretty sure everyone who first starts straightening will end up doing that. Sorry if I keep transitioning from my laptop to here. I actually have a mirror set up right here. That's how I am doing my hair in certain views. And then I have the laptop, which actually helps. Whoops. My leg. The bad leg is actually hurting up here. And there was the hair products falling on the floor. Now here comes the tricky part for people who are first starting to straighten their hair. Separate the back of your head into two different parts, the lower and the higher layer. And step probably, depending on how thick your hair is, you might have to separate the layers. And also it depends on how wide your straightener is. This one is perfect for the lower layer of my hair. As you can see, it is actually perfect. As you can tell, now my bottom layer is perfectly straight, and now it is time for the next layer. So you're going to take your hair out of the ponytail that you're put it in, let it down, kind of put it back in place. As you can see, mine kind of goes weird. But take your fingers and go about a couple inches where you're separating it, and you're only going to have your very, very top layer. With this next method, kind of, you would think it's more complicated, but actually isn't. It's more of a salon way to do your hair, from what I've been told. Do the same thing you did with the other ponytail. Toss it up like that. And this time you're actually getting I take a teasing comb, which is this, has the little things on the bottom, and I just kind of comb through my hair before I do it. And I take the straightener. Sorry if I keep moving, my knees are cramping up. And I basically just take it and hold the hair and just kind of go through it. See how quick that was? The only problem is if you do it to your bottom layer, it's a little harder because the bottom layer has your ears exposed more than this layer does. As you can see, my hair is fairly layered, and I'm just taking a straightener to any parts that don't look straight. And if it ends up being wavy, like I said, I'll just sleep on it and go back over it tonight. Well, tomorrow actually. Wait, no, maybe it's today. Yeah, it'll be today by the time I post this video probably. But like I said, whatever parts I don't see that are straight, I separate them and take the iron back to them. And if they don't end up going the way I want them to, I just leave them. So time for this side. For your back layer, you're not going to be able to use the comb effect, is what I call it. But for your back layer, you can't really use that unless you're doing someone's hair. And that's about the only time you can, because you're actually seeing what you're doing. And with this side of my head, it's a little harder to do my bangs because my bangs actually swoop in from the back like this and kind of layer in. So I have that kind of fringe in my face, like that. So it's kind of harder, but it's this way, in my opinion, is where the ball is complicated. This is where I'm gonna start looking weird. Sometimes I either tend to take right here, you go in, and you just drag your finger across, and make sure you get it all the way across. And you take it out of the ponytail. It's kind of hard to do it because I have really thin, well, not thin, but curly hair. And this is this is actually what my bangs mostly consist of. And that is the rest of it, the back of it, is ponytail. And this is all my bangs. Looks really weird curly. I'll give you that. But straighten it looks really cute, in my opinion. So I'm going to take the comb and do the comb effect with my bangs. And you can always go closer, or you can always separate it. Personally, most of the time I separate my hair, but today I decided not to because it's a lot easier and quicker, especially if you're basically, say, you have school tomorrow and you have like a midterm or something, and you basically just want to get your hair straight. This is one of the easiest ways I do my hair, get it straight, and as you can tell, it is already straight besides this bump. I don't even think you can see that, but I can. And it's already straight. I actually kind of like the way that looks because normally my hair does not look that way. But this is how my bangs look right now. This isn't even the finished product of everything. This is just most of my hair besides this part right here. This is all the hair that I have left to straighten. And that's about it for my hair. And then ow. Section off the part you have left. If you section it off like I did with my bangs, section the back off, and basically just kind of come through it. And then you're gonna have to section it because if you have the straightener like the one I'm using, it's a lot harder because it's a thin blade. So you're gonna go over it. Make sure you get it very well. And my hair is still damp in my bangs. But you know what? They actually look good for once. Because normally they look like shit. And there's some bumps. I don't think you can see them. But I can feel them. That's the one thing I don't like about when I straighten my hair. Sorry, trying to see these with the two. Is most of the time when I straighten it, I end up having bumps. And even though you can't see them, I can feel them and it irritates the crap out of me. So I'm just kind of taking the comb effect to the rest of my head. And while I haven't finished doing this part back here, I kind of do the comb effect. Like I comb it into my hair basically. And do it from there. And my bangs, I made a mistake before I did this video when I was putting all my products in my hair. I put a lot of leave-in conditioner in my bangs. And I didn't need to. I was distracted because my mom was talking to me before I did this video. So I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing. And you can kind of see right here how it's like weird. But if you have slats like that, I learned because my bangs were growing back, and because I had full bangs, and I actually fucked up my full bangs because I cut them myself for the first time, and I fucked up horribly. Right here, when I cut them, was shorter than everything else, so it looked really stupid. But so if you have full bangs, you're gonna want to comb your bangs forward, comb all of it. As you can see, I have really long. My hair got really long. And basically, since I have a section right there, like a division, I take that and I just go over it, and then I go over my bangs because they're still kind of wet, and I don't think they're gonna dry. But I go over my hair, and I cannot see out of my bangs. And as you can see, my hair is practically done. Besides some of this. So go over your bangs. As you can see, I don't know if you can see right now, but I have a little division. This kind of looks fucked up because it's not the way it's supposed to. And if you have this, how mine kind of, if you looked at it, how that kind of is like that, I take the section where it's like that, and I take my straightener, and I take it, and if you have like an old straightener, this will work very well, and I won't really curl it, but it'll make it kind of to where it'll be looped like that, to where you don't really have to worry about your hair being all fucked up and like that part sticking out or not being straight. So that's basically how I straighten my hair. Right now it definitely probably looks different than it does in my videos. But say right here, you want to get like that curling effect outwards. You take different parts of your bangs, like right here, and I'm pretty sure you curl this way. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Oh, nope, it's the other way. Because that's turning towards my face. So you take it and you go kind of this way. So you go this way. I'm pretty sure. Okay, it's not working very well with this straightener. But with my other friend's straightener, it works wonders. Like, it looks so good. But I will straighten that back out because that looks like shit. But this is how my bangs look normally after I finish straightening. Besides the wave right here, the wave pool is what I call it sometimes. In the back, it's definitely needing straightening. So I'm going to take the top layer, and comb through it. And depending on how short your top layer is, if you have the quote-unquote scene or emo style, you're going to want to comb it forward. You can actually kind of see if your ends go straight. Because my ends, well, when I first started, did not go straight. And it irritated me. So I would go over it and go over it, and my sister would be like, no, don't do that. Because my sister is in California. Whenever she sees me, it's kind of weird because she like gives me hair advice. Even my phone just went off. But that person can win. So I tend to take this section, whatever is not straight, you take it, section it off from the straight, and comb through it. Make sure there's no knots because you don't want any knots when you're going through it with the straight. And just straighten them. So I'm going to pull back the part I just straightened, and I pulled it forward. And basically, if nothing is really going straight, you might need a new straightener. But if you want bangs how they go like this, and they go on your face, basically take this and comb it more towards like over your eyebrow, basically. And then you take it and go over it with straightener, and now you have that effect. And do that with all your bangs, your side springs, or whatever the fuck they call it. I call it bangs personally because it feels When I had bangs, that's what it was part of. But, ow. This is how it looks, besides the curliness in the back, because I still haven't straightened that, because that's going to take forever to straighten on this video. But this is how it looks, most of the time at least, if I put leave-in conditioner in. And sometimes I have that little flip out, sometimes I don't, depending on how you straighten it, you might have it, and depending on how your hair is. But I love you guys, and this is the end of this video. If you have any comments on how I do my hair or how I do something, and you want me to make a tutorial of how I do something, please leave a comment down below in the box, and I will see if I can come up with any ideas or basically videos on what you guys want me to do. But I love you, and this is the end of this video.